Catch for their excellence in making it to the state championship. Go Wildcats!
You're listening to coverage of Dan River Wildcats basketball on the radio station In Touch with You. Big Hits 102.5 and 1330 WBTM Danville and worldwide at WBTMDanville.com.
We are heading to the second period. The Bruton Panthers have a 17-14 advantage over the Wildcats. To take you through the second quarter, here's Don Robertson.
Thanks, Chuck. Very entertaining first quarter that we saw.
I got to catch my breath. I don't know about you.
Well, that's why we're going to switch off here a little bit.
You.
35% shooting from the field for both teams. That is inside the 2-point range. Dan River is 50% from beyond the arc. The Panthers are 40% from beyond the arc. And Dan River yet to hit a free throw, 0 for 4. The Panthers are 5 of 8 at the charity stripe. That's 62.5%. 17-14 our score as we get ready to start quarter number 2 from the Verizon Wireless Arena at the Siegel Center here at VCU, just off of Broad Street, downtown Richmond. Alternating possession puts it into the possession hands of Bruton. We wait for our media timeout to finish, and here we go. Carter inbounds it to number 23. That'll be Jalen Carr, who came in about midway through the first quarter. The Panthers are going left to right across the dial. Duchette came back into the ball game. He has it now out between the circles, now driving the lane in between the Dan River Wildcats. And they create a muck and get the turnover. Coming back the other way is Stevens. Dribble drive to the bucket, blocked. Rebound is into the hands of Daniel Jones for the Panthers. Quickly, he gets it out to Lonnie Swinton. Swinton is a sharpshooter from downtown, literally.
And he is not shy.
Yeah, Carr with the basketball out in front of the Dan River bench, far side. Carr still dribbling now into the corner. Finds Marcus Carter there, cutting across the lane in the paint, and stripped, and a whistle stopping play.
They're going to get Edmonds, Tyleek Edmonds with the reach in there.
Yep.
Apparently got just as much skin as ball, and right up under the basket. Will not be this.
That's not
6.
It. We'll get 1-1 next time out. That's it.
Both teams shooting free throws from here on out in the first half.
Actually, Dan River's one shy.
I see. They got
5 total teams. So the Panthers inbound from underneath their own shooting bucket. They'll get it back in. Oh, nice set play. And it's blocked. Driscoll came from nowhere and took it out of the air. He's dribbling up the court.
Stevens on the block.
Right side. He'll put it into the hands of Rashawn Myers. 3-ball is short. Rebound is fought for. Finally pulled out of the air by Swinson. Lonnie down the court quickly against 3 blue jerseys. Finds an open man, Jones, to Duchette. Top of the key. Spots up the 3-ball. Missed it. Rebound fought for and pulled out of the air by Driscoll.
Yeah.
And he'll chase it down in the corner, and we've got a foul on the play.
Dan River is dominating the boards tonight, Don. We just cannot get consistent offense. Q Stevens had a big run there with 7 points in 3 possessions, but we cannot are not consistently hitting shots on the boards. Yeah, we can use the size advantage, and Dan River is owning the paint, quite frankly, but you got to put the ball in the hoop.
Lonnie Swinton got Jalen Carr got the foul. That's number 2 on him. Again, he came in as a reserve role. We go to the line now. Dan River does, shoots 1-1, and the Wildcats still looking for their first charity stripe shot, and they'll get the sharpshooter Driscoll on the line to dump it.
Usually you get a good 3-point shooter up there. They've got good for him, and Driscoll puts a lot of air under the ball at the free throw line, but if it goes in, it goes in, and Cats cut it to 2 here.
17-15 to score. Second shot is up. Nothing but the twine. Cuts the lead down to 1. Panthers with the basketball and the lead. We've got 6:45 to go. Quarter number 2. In the state championship game, Group 2A. Almost a steal at midcourt by Rashawn Myers. Swinson picked it back up. Gets it into the hands of Carr. Back to Lonnie Swinson. He's going to drive it to the paint now and loses it out of bounds. It's going to be Dan River basketball on the turnover.
That was Rashawn Myers giving 2 good bits of defense there. He darn near had a steal about 40 feet away from the basket. That time he gave some backside help and knocked the ball off of Swinton out of bounds. Dan River basketball.
And Joe Dillard couldn't believe the call. He stepped up off and onto the floor momentarily, but got back off. Here's Driscoll down the court now. Left-hand side. Passes the ball back up front, top of the key to Rashawn Myers. Now they'll play catch up against each other as Driscoll gets it again. Dribble drives, left side baseline, up off the glass, good! What a move! Oh, Ethan Driscoll.
That was a powerful move to the hoop, guys. That was super.
He's got 7 of his own tonight after a 17-point game last Saturday in Salem. Dan River back with the lead. 4th lead change of the ball game. 18-17 now. Here's a shot by Jalen Carr from three-point land. It's no good. The board is picked off by Q Stevens. He's right in the middle of the floor with a lot of white jerseys, and he ran smack dab into somebody. No call. Here's a rebound by Rashawn Myers. He wouldn't go. And we got an over-the-back foul against the Panthers of Bruton.
Man, that is as much contact as you will ever see without a foul not being called.
45, I think, is who the foul's going to go against.
My word.
Yeah. That is Daniel Jones.
Well, Stevens had dished the ball off, and of course the momentum continued, and he just and Duchette just knocked him to him, but there was no foul because the ball had already left his hands.
I swear I see filling on the floor from a tooth. You know? We will go to the line, shooting 1-1 is Dan River. Shot is up, and it is no good. Poor shot there by Gabe Long, but he got his own board, and he missed the shot. It was so close, but not enough to get it in the hole, and Dan River gets a steal. It is Long. Over to Terrell Edmonds off the glass, and good! Woo! Terrell Edmonds energizes the crowd here, which I think is more partial to Dan River.
I believe you're right, bud.
Swinson with the basketball now. He's going to dribble drive to the bucket, threw it up off the side of the backboard, out of bounds. Chuck, these guys just play their brand of basketball, which is street.
Swinson is... looks like he's out of control every single time now. Of course, we've seen him drain a couple of very long threes, but he's a physical guy. He's going to take it to the hole, and he's very quick, too.
So Dan River with a 3-point lead is Terrell Edmonds to Driscoll. 3 spot. He's got it. Oh, my goodness. Ethan Driscoll drains the tray. The Wildcats are up by 6, 23-17. We've got 5 minutes to play first half. Duchette with the basketball. Left-hand side of the key. Top of the key now. He'll get into the hands of Marcus Carter. Dribble drives left, stops, pops in. It won't go. Rebound, long one. Picked up by the fullback. And in comes Dan River on a steal. And Edmonds goes to the back. He ducks that. Oh, my God. Terrell Edmonds just breaks down the house. 25-17. Easy tray on that foot, buddy. Swinton with the basketball to Duchette. Left side, Dan River backed into his own. Duchette had the ball knocked out of bounds. Dan River got it again. And then it rolls off on a foot, but they call a foul on the other side. And it'll be Dan River shooting a 1-1 on the other end.
My goodness, Buddy Rowe.
All sparked by some hefty defense by this Wildcat team, and a dunk by Terrell Edmonds.
And the defense is setting them up again. Half court, Driscoll's been doing a fantastic job of spotting up and scoring. But when that defense can create offense like that, and of course you got an athlete like Terrell Edmonds flying to the hoop and slamming it down with one hand, man, it'll light you up.
So Q Stevens now go to the line with a 1-1. 4:28 to go in the half. Shot is up and it's good.
We just feel like a sigh of relief every time a free throw goes in. Like, oh, yeah, there we go.
Largest lead of the game now for the Wildcats, 26-17. The bonus attempt by Curtis Q. Stevens. It's on the way, and it is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. A 10-point Wildcat lead. They are on a 13-0 run in this quarter. Marcus Carter with the basketball way up in the logo in front of the Dan River bench. 1-on-1 with Terrell Edmonds. And then we're going to get a trip and foul on Q Stevens.
He tried to split the saloon doors there, and Stevens got just a little bit too much of his leg there.
Good point. Yeah, it's just one of those things where, athleticism gets in the way, and sometimes you foul because you're quick.
Yep. Yeah,
and that's one of those cases.
If you were a little slower, you wouldn't have got the foul.
Yeah, that's his second, though. We'll have to keep an eye on that. He's been a spark plug here on offense of late.
You bet.
27-17 our score. 4:10 to go, and he lost the basketball again. Schnagenberger got it. Dribbled 2-3 times. Dump pass down underneath. Shot up, wouldn't go. Jones missed it. Schnagenberger shot it up again. Snag along, I should say. He's got 4 points off the bench and a foul. He's going to get one more at the end of it.
And he looks like just the kind of guy that comes in and gives you some elbows and some minutes and some rebounds, and scoring is a bonus. But, by gosh, he's got 2 buckets tonight. And if he could drain a free throw here, he'll have a 5-point first half.
24 is the foul. That's on Ethan Driscoll. his first.
It's Sangalang.
Sangalang has missed his shot. Terrell Edmonds got the rebound. Thank you for getting that corrected. Mom, sorry about that. Down low. Oh, we threw it right into the hands of Talik Edmonds. And Sangalang got the steal. Here comes the other way is Bruton, and we're going to reach-in foul by Rashawn Myers.
Well, Rashawn tracked him down pretty quickly, but Swenson's got some legs too, and Myers got a little bit too much of the side as he was going for the basketball, and that'll be a foul on number 10 for Dan River.
That's his second.
Another one to keep an eye on there, obviously. Anytime you get two with nearly 4 minutes, 3:47 left in the first half.
Remember, he's the sixth man, though.
Yeah.
So Lonnie Swinton will go to the line. We got a whistle-stopping play. A timeout has been called. We'll wait and see what the indication is going to be. It's a full timeout, so we'll step aside as well. 3:47 to play. First half. It's Dan River 27, Bruton 19. We're back at the Siegel Center in Richmond with more in a minute.
Hi, this is Dan at Piedmont Credit Union. These are exciting times for Dan River basketball, and they're exciting times for Piedmont Credit Union. Loan rates for new or used automobiles have never been lower. Mortgage rates also low. If you live or work in Danville, Pittsylvania County, or Halifax County, then you can join Piedmont Credit Union. For more information, give us a call at 797-1954 or visit piedmontcu.org. Deposits are insured by the National Credit Union Administration, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402961.
Ooh, it's freezing outside, and I'm not too warm in here either.
Well, what kind of heat do you have?
Heat pump. Been standing over this vent for an hour trying to warm up.
Well, you can't warm your rump with a heat pump. They're fine in warmer weather, but when it's really cold, you need a propane fireplace or space heater from Abercrombie Oil Company.
Propane?
Sure, they've got freestanding gas log fireplaces, fireplace inserts, room wall or floor heaters. If it uses propane, Abercrombie Oil has it.
Well, I'm going to call right now.
Abercrombie Oil Company, making fast and warm friends for over 56 years. Danville, Martinsville, Gretna, and Siler City.
Welcome back to Saturday Night Basketball at the Siegel Center in Richmond. It is the Group 2A Boys State Championship game. Dan River and Bruton out of Williamsburg. Really giving us a good time here so far. 27-19 the score. Wildcats up. Lonnie Swinton will go to the line to shoot 1-1. His first attempt is good.
Well, the Wildcats' 13-0 run has been blunted now as Bruton has chipped back into the lead here. But I tell you, the Wildcats are the bigger and just a more athletic team, I think.
Second shot, nothing but the bottom of the net. So good, successful 2 of 2 there. Swinton will check out of the ball game momentarily.
Now they're going to stay in this 1-3-1 to full court zone trap, and Dan Rivers had very little difficulty getting the ball up.
It's almost like a 2-2-1 trap, but it's very dominating.
Yeah.
Q Stevens it over to Terrell Edmonds. Edmonds going to go all the way to the paint, threw it up off the glass. He wouldn't go. Rebound is pulled down by Jones of Bruton. The Panthers come back the other way. Left to right, they'll work across the dial. Duchette with the basketball, now into the hands of Edwards. Shaquan Edwards out near the circle. Top of the key, actually the midcourt mark. Will play catch with Duchette right side. Now he's out between the circles, if you will, top of the key. Duchette dribble drives to the left-hand side now, looking off the left elbow, throws up a prayer, wouldn't go. Good rebound is garnered and finally cleared to Ethan Driscoll. Dan River again wins the battle on the board. Shot down in the corner goes to Rashawn Myers. He in the paint, takes it off to Gabe Long, and he put it up and off the glass.
Good look that time, and Gabe Long was very cool on the catch, and the bank was open right off the backboard.
29-21, Dan River with an 8-point lead. Out front they'll go. We'll pick up the action with Duchette. He's going to dribble drive into the paint. And we've got a whistle on the floor.
That was
Duchette. He's got some funky moves, and sometimes Dan River kind of steps into a foul. And if they just hold their ground, I think they'd get a charge.
Yeah, he and Swinton both are very unorthodox when they drive. They're almost exclusively out of control, and you get the feeling that if you just let these guys trip themselves up the way they go in out of control, that they would take care of it.
And not once has he set up for a shot other than that 3 ball that he missed back in the first quarter. Everything else has just been kind of a Houdini type thing.
He missed the free throw, and it's Dan River basketball.
We'll pick up the Wildcats with the offense. Rashawn Myers in front of the Panther bench across the way. They're working right to left. Now in front of Terrell Edmonds, who's in front of us. Back into Q Stevens' hands, out between the circles, as the Panthers stay in a 1-2-2 zone defense. Now they're going to force them to move, as Stevens will dribble drive left side, dumps it back over. We've got a foul in the air. They'll say it's on the ground, but it's not going to matter. We're going to get 2 shots anyway because they're in the double bonus. Foul's going to be on Carter, his second, Chuck.
Yep. And that's their leading scorer, and he's been
quiet on the scoreboard.
He's got 4 tonight,
points,
yeah. And I tell you, the way they were starting, I thought they were going to give Carter more shots. He hasn't taken many shots.
Yeah, Duchette's kind of leading the game. I thought it would have been the other way around.
He and Swinson, of course.
Yeah. Dillard is having a little conversation with the man in the stripes. Shot from Stevens at the line is good.
He's 3 of 3 from the line now.
And then we got a whistle as a substitution comes in as Carter checks out. That's because of the foul situation, I'm sure. And Lonnie Swinton comes back in. Kenny Murphy, look how cool and mild he is. He
looks like
sweat.
a GQ cover, doesn't he?
Stevens' second attempt at the foul line is up, and it is good. So he's 4 for 4 on the night from the stripe.
Awesome.
31-21. The lead matched again at the largest lead of the game at 10. Edmonds brings the ball down the court for the Panthers. Dan River in a matchup man-to-man. And Edmonds just blew right past this guy, lost the ball. Rashawn Myers comes up. Dan River's got the numbers, 4-on-2. Over to Edmonds, and the ball is knocked out of bounds.
And it's going to be Bruton basketball because it went off of Edmonds' thigh.
Went off his,
good defense. Right. Good defense by Bruton to avoid the easy bucket there.
Fourth quarter, and at the end of the first quarter, it was a 14-10 advantage for Dan River on the boards. I would say that has extended somewhat in the second.
By quite a bit.
Less than 2 minutes to play in the quarter. 31-21. We're in second quarter action now. Lonnie Swinton out front. He and Q Stevens going one-on-one with each other. Make that Rashawn Myers. He's going to throw up a prayer, and it just barely touched the bottom of the net. Chuck, that's another one of those 40-yard shots. I mean, I know it's not yards, but it's more like feet. But, I mean, he had no business shooting that. He was inside the U on the VCU logo here.
Right in the middle of the court there. That was, again, it was just unnecessary. You could work just a little bit and get a better shot than that.
Driscoll gets it. Dribble drives. Runs down the court. Got hammered. And the ball went in off the bucket. And one to it. Driscoll threw it on a running one-hander towards the bucket. And he almost got the and one.
He almost got decapitated, Don. I mean, and it was after the shot, actually, it left his hand. An arm came in from behind him, and his head knocked down to about 45-degree angle. But the ball went in, and Ethan will have a chance to finish the old-fashioned three-pointer.
Wow. Talking about a shot.
Man, he got hammered. I mean, there's just no other way to put it.
So the and one from Driscoll is good. Make them pay for it, Ethan.
Yes, sir.
13-point lead now by the Cats. We got a cat battle here tonight. Yes, Cats, Wildcats, and Panthers. 34-21, Dan River. 90 seconds to go before intermission. Snag along with the basketball. He lost it. Rashawn Myers has it going the other way. Dan River, 3-on-3 break. Rashawn in the paint, missed the shot. Battle for the board. It's picked up by Driscoll. Running one-hander again is off the glass. Short. Here's Long up off the glass. He won't go. Rebound by Rashawn Myers. He got it.
Absolutely dominating performance on the boards for Dan River.
Yeah, just keep it in play. The biggest lead now, 15 for the Wildcats. Swinton dribbling everywhere he can to get out of the way from this pressure. On the baseline, he tries a Houdini shot, and my God, they rejected that thing. Smacked it out up into the first row. Rodney Womble is the one who blocked the shot. And Driscoll just created a steal. One-on-one with Snagalong up the glass. He missed it. Terrell Edmonds back to Driscoll behind the paint. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound is pulled off by the Panthers. And wow, what a last 60 seconds we've had.
That's the most excitement as you can have with no scoring.
35 seconds to play. Marcus Carter in the paint, and he's blocked by Gabe Long, and they're going to say he got him with the body. His first foul. 2 shots coming up for Marcus Carter.
I don't think Carter was very much in control there, but he managed to lean into Long just enough to get the foul. But what a turn of events there. Driscoll had a shot at a three-pointer. He looked like he got fouled on that one, but there was no call. But that's about as much action as you can get without anybody scoring a bucket.
So Carter will shoot a pair at the foul line. 31.5 seconds before intermission. Dan River up 36-21. Carter looking to cut that a little bit, and does with the first shot as he hits it.
He's 3 for 3, and I don't think he's touched iron on any of his free throws.
He's got a pretty stroke.
Yes, sir. Takes his right leg back and then brings it up. I'm sure that's just a little mental thing, centering thing.
So his second attempt at the foul line. Yeah, that is kind of neat, isn't it? That step back, and he comes back to the line with it. And again, it draws nothing but the net. So the lead is 13 by Dan River. It's 27 seconds to play in the half. Rashawn Myers gives it over to Womble. Womble down the paint and will get it inside. Oh, a left-hand hook. It's no good, but it's a nice pass over to Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine back into paint. Shot. He's fouled.
He was whacked. Dillard almost jumped out of his shoes. The head coach for Bruton.
he's not liking the calls tonight.
No, sir. Hey, Terrell, I mean, he was
amazing how the team that's always losing always.
Yeah, well, that's generally the way it works. But I don't even know what he was complaining about. Terrell was hammered.
Who'd the foul go against?
Did not catch it.
Oh, okay. So anyway, Terrell's at the line to shoot two, the first of which is good. Terrell now with 5 points in the ball game. 37-23.
He has had a loud 5 points. He has been all over the place, Don.
Yeah. I mean, he's a floor leader.
Yes,
no doubt.
he is.
You can see the athleticism.
Oh, yeah.
You can see why people are looking at him to play football already as a junior. I mean, big schools, Penn State, USC, Virginia Tech, you name it. The 15-point lead now, again by Dan River with less than 10 seconds to play in the half. Left-hand side, they'll give it off to Ethan Rice. He's going to throw up a prayer at the buzzer, and it's no good, and they fight for the rebound, and then the horn finally blows. Woo! Man, oh man, I'm going to loosen a notch in my belt. Get ready for the second half of this one. Cue up the band. Let's get out of here. We got a 2-minute timeout coming your way. It's halftime. Halfway through the Group 2A State Boys Championship. Dan River leads it 38-23 over Bruton from Williamsburg. We're back with more in 2 minutes.